I'm a strong believer in being arrogant about your confidence. You shouldn't be letting people question you on whether you're able to fulfill or do something, anything you talk about. And I deal with it, and everyone I know deals with it, is doubt creeping in from friends and family members. When you go and tell them about your goals and they don't believe you, they don't think you have what it takes to rigorously take action and actually complete what you say you're going to complete. And that's not unique or new. Parents and friends have been doing this for years. Anyone who wants to ever be successful is going to be faced with so much doubt from the people in their life. I struggle with it, everyone struggles with it. What you can do, and the only thing you can do, instead of being disrespectful or mean to those people bringing you down in theory, go and prove them wrong. It's not a hard thing to do. Show up every single day. I get countless comments and messages from people saying, can you make videos on how to be disciplined, your motivation, what you did to actually help so many people and generate $2 million or slightly over that now as we're recording in client revenue this year alone. And all I really say is show up, and then show up more than you think you need to show up, because every second you delay, someone with less time, more commitments, less money, and less opportunities is going to take your place. So simply sit down every single day, do the non-negotiables, set up the ads, find that winning product, develop that new idea of content, and put your mind to it. You can only do so much planning before taking action is the only sustainable thing left for you to ever do. All I have to say to anyone who asks me, can you do more content about discipline, motivation, any of that mindset stuff? All I have to say, and it boils down to one principle: show up every day until there is no choice but for success to show up in your life. Build your life around the person you want to be, and you will naturally attract more opportunities, more deals, more clients, more customers, more sales, you name it. If you go through life thinking how you want to think, how the person you dream of being thinks, how they move, how they act, the things they do in their day-to-day. Do they drink 4 liters of water, go for a run, and hit the gym every single day? Do they film 4 pieces of content every single day? Do they find a new product to run? Do they find new winning ad concepts? Do they scale their ad budget? What do they do? How can you be like them that you dream of every single day of being? And how can you work backwards? Well, he does this, so I'm going to start doing that now. And if nothing changes, you will never reach that point. Only thinking about it gets you so far. That's why you see some of the stupidest people succeed, because they're the ones who actually took action. Standing around and thinking about it. Oh, I'm planning on starting a personal brand next week. Oh, I'm planning on going to the gym. Saying you're going to go do something and never actually doing it is never going to get you to your dream identity. Because if anything, it shows distrust in yourself. The people around you will lose faith in what you actually mean. Your word will no longer mean anything. If you don't say something and actually go out and do it in the time frame you say you will, even if it's a conversation between yourself and your mind, then your word will lose all meaning. If you say to your mum, I'm going to start a business, and within 6 months, I'm going to be doing 5K revenue. Do you know what you need to go and do now? You need to do the daily tasks to make sure you reach that number. 1, because you're going to feel incredibly good about yourself when you hit that, along with existential dread when you actually do hit that number, once you realize money means not that much. It's just a number on a screen. You could be doing 10, 20, 30, 100K a month like some of my clients. And you need to find extra external meaning in your life, with your family, through hobbies, through sports. Because yes, you need to sit down put yourself in a box, put your back against the wall, and work extremely hard to make sure you actually get to where you want to be. I'm not saying that. Everyone is in that phase. I'm still in that phase. Every single day, I live quite a regimented life. There's not a lot of things that people would call fun, but that's the cost. With everything, there is a cost of entry. When being an entrepreneur, starting a business, delivering a good service, working with high quality clients, documenting it, building a personal brand, finding a winning product, running ads, it all takes time. And it is a daily effort, because success is rented. That's what the most important people in the world say. It's rented. And the payment of rent is you showing up every single day. You want to lose 10 kilos in the gym? Do you know what you need to do? You need to go to the gym every single day. You need to eat clean. You need to get good on cardio. It's that simple. If you want to build a successful personal brand, you need to pick an idea, find a winning concept. And you know how you're going to find a winning concept? You're going to work your ass off practicing with content, building the personal brand itself, thinking about content, writing scripts you never speak to a camera will never get you to that goal. Alright? If you have a follower count in mind, you'll never reach that. If you have an X amount of brand deals in mind, you will never reach that. If you want to scale a gym or a service business or start a window washing or car detailing company, and you're not running ads, shooting reels, dropping letters in mailboxes, doing door to door, then you're not going to do it. You're not going to reach the goal you want. So you need to build an identity, and that's going to be your core point. Think how this person moves, speaks, thinks, the habits they have, the beliefs and ideologies they have. Are they religious? Are they not religious? What are they? Picture it, write it down. Now, think, well, if they do this, and I'm over here, how can I be here? And simply build a plan. Well, they go to the gym this much a week. They work on their business this many hours a day. They shoot this many pieces of content. I'm going to do that now. And in no time, you will have this identity. And time and your reality takes a long time to catch up. You could be in this identity's daily routine for months on end and see nothing. But time takes time to catch up. Your reality needs to shape around who you are and the opportunities you're attracting. You might get some short-term successes. Oh, I booked in 50 meetings this week and I have to show up to every single one of them and hope they close. And I know they'll close because I create content towards the people I want to work with. So it's very simple. Then all you have to do is show up. And once you show up rigorously, you'll fall in love with the process. And falling in love with the process is the best thing you can ever do to yourself. Because even when you are in the deepest trenches with everything going wrong, you have lawsuits coming in, you have clients churning, you have empty stock, you need to restock, you have no content, your Instagram account gets banned, your ad account gets banned. When you actually fall in love with the process, you will no longer feel terrible about these things. And you can pivot your mind to seeing everything as a neutral, positive, or learning experience. And that is the best superpower you can have. I changed the way I think about anything because I can just go, oh, well, this terrible thing happened, but I'm going to choose to think about it neutrally or positively. And I'm going to extract every single little niche thing from it to use as a learning experience. When I was starting out and I would have sales calls with unqualified, unserious buyers who didn't actually like me and would never turn into clients, I had to show up to those calls because it's crucial that you do the hard yards, the reps, before you get good. Every call I hop on now is a nurtured business owner in e-com, a service business, a contractor, or an info product who knows exactly what I deliver, which is meta ads, funnel build-outs, and high quality work. Then they book in a call. It's very simple. And now every call I show up to, they close for one of our programs. But you have to do the hard yards. You have to build the identity and actually attain it. You have to do the routine. Otherwise, it's all talk. Your word loses meaning. Your family members and friends don't trust anything you say because you've never said something and achieved it. And your word correlates directly with your outlook on your brain, how you think and how you move. If you think that you're going to make 50k this month with your e-commerce brand, then you need to actually act like it and do the things to reach that. If I wanted to scale my agency to 100k per month, well then I need to be on sales calls. I need to be hiring a better team. I need to be running ads. I need to be getting an editor doing all my organic content. See, I already know what to do to reach that. So you need to find what do you need to do to reach your goal. And when I actually show up to calls, I always am arrogant about my confidence. Because the amount of people I used to have calls with, old business owners, old men who would ego me because I was younger than them. When in reality, I'm going to be running laps around them by the time I reach their age. And already at 19, $2 million generated in 7 months for my clients, and we only take on 3 clients a quarter? You can do the math, but that is a very small fraction and a very small split up across a very small amount of clients and $2 million in revenue. So think about it, but you need to show up. Build your identity around who you need to be to actually reach your goals, the life you want to live. Build the routine around it and you will achieve it. That's why I am arrogant around my confidence. I go into every call backing myself up. So no business owner can ever ego me on something where they don't think I know what I'm talking about. The reason I'm arrogant about my confidence is because I've achieved what not many other people can say they've achieved in 80 years. And I did it in 8 months of starting this business. So you can act however you want. In reality, if someone asks you a question, answer it. If an objection comes up on a sales call, handle it. Because you have the experience, so you can back yourself up with your confidence. And any prospect, potential customer, potential asset, friend, associate will see that. They can feel it. And they know that when you are arrogant around your confidence, when you know exactly what you can offer, the value you can provide to the market, and you know you are 1,000,000,000% sure you can capitalize and deliver on that value, then no prospect, no person will ever question you on that. I have my goals. I have a kill list of things I'm going to accomplish. And I know I'm going to accomplish them because I do the right thing every single day. I work with the right people. I add value to people's businesses. And I turn their business on their head, flipping it upside down and growing it for the better. Showing them at the end of their contract how to do my service so they never have to rely on an agency or on a consultant or a freelancer ever again. And that's why I have 0 churn in my agency. 0. Because I provide so much value. They get access to my network of people that can get them cheaper flights, people that will help them with traveling, people that will help them with videography, content creation, editing, hiring, fulfillment, admin, all of it. They get access to my service delivery, my team of extremely hard-working, diligent people. That's why I have clients. That's why my churn rate is 0%. Because they're not just getting service. They're not just getting paid ads ran for them. They're also getting every single opportunity and connection I have. If I think that you're a good fit as a client to someone in my network who can greatly benefit your business, then I will connect to you. If I think you can greatly benefit a friend of mine or another person in my network's business, I will connect you. And that's because all of these people and the clients I work with, which is why we only take on 3 clients a quarter, have to fit that identity. I have to know in that prospecting call, in that discovery call, that they have one of the best work ethics I've ever seen. They are dedicated. They are a killer when it comes to their business and their mind. They look after themselves. It is not that hard to go for a walk and lift some weights. And when they fit that criteria, they're welcome. They sign the contract, they pay the retainer, they get onboarded, and we start delivering an exceptional service and making their business a shit ton of money. Because I'm not going to sugarcoat it. They then get access to my network of highly advanced people who work extremely hard in their respective niche, and I connect anyone who can provide value to each other. Then, at the end of the retainer, at the end of the contract, they get the full Brand OS package, which is my own done with you offer, where every single business owner learns how to run ads, learns how to create good funnels, learns how to create good content, and actually develop new content strategies and angles that no one else in their market is using. I teach them how to apply whatever they're doing to new markets. How maybe in one country, their market's completely different and they can come in as an outlier and absolutely decimate the competition. So it's very simple. That's why I practice languages. So I can go to those respective countries and actually provide more value than the people there. So, in summary, because I want you to get as much as you can out of this video, build an identity of who you want to be. It doesn't have to be a successful person, but if you want to be successful, it needs to be. What they do, their beliefs, their habits, their thought process, and then do all of those things in your current life. Stay extremely consistent for years to come, and life around you will take time to catch up, but it will always catch up. So if you're not doing the right things, then you will see the outcome of those things that you're doing in your day-to-day months later. If you're sitting around not accomplishing anything, and you wonder why 3 months later your life is still the same, you know why. You haven't been doing the right things. And also, I want you to understand exactly how my business works. We're limited, we don't let many people in, but the value they receive is 10x whatever they put in as an investment. Because at the end of the day, they're investing in themselves, their families, their business. I have clients flying to Italy for their wedding, which wasn't possible until after they worked with me. I have clients buying their dream cars, which wasn't possible until after they worked with me. I have clients fostering lifelong friendships and creating amazing opportunities purely because of the people they met after working with me. And now they learn how to fulfill on that skill, how to do it themselves. So if they want to go off and start something similar to me, they can. I welcome the competition. Or if they want to go and take it in-house, they can, because they have all the knowledge and they have the right identity. Identity is everything. It follows with discipline and motivation and work ethic. If you don't have the identity of someone with an amazing work ethic, then you won't have a good work ethic. It's very simple. And with that being said, I want you to go watch this video, see what I have to say, and I look forward to seeing you on a call.